Welcome back, everybody. Gonna do a quick little thing here where I'm gonna be sort of putting my 2 cents into this very entertaining debate that Ian Lubin and Sean Butler had on Sava's channel, Football Heritage TV. If you're a Spurs fan who likes hearing things that are actually sensical, then I'd recommend subscribing. But yeah, today I'm just going to put my 2 cents into this and do a bit of commentary, and we'll see what happens. Have a little bit of fun, mud a few wrong'uns, and yeah, let's go. We'll start at this point because the first point I really have nothing to talk about in regards to this. So yeah, let's go.
Is with the way that money has exploded into the game. I think you've got to be really poor, like the Everton, like Mashiri, who thought he'd act like a fan and just spend. So what you've got, Sean, you've got Tottenham and Everton, where you've got the two different ends of the spectrum. So, and you could say that Mashiri's behaved like Ridsdale did with Leeds before the explosion of money that came in. So you could say that you've got a fan there who spends, doesn't know about football, apart from Ancelotti and Moyes, probably hasn't had the right people around him. But the recruitment also has been poor. He hasn't kept a close handle on his spending, on his overheads. And then you've got the other end, where you've got the accountants running a football club that basically is just geared up to make immediate profit.
Ramadan Kareem, this is Mahmoud Shalabi speaking from Medical Aid for Palestinians. I'm standing today in the old
club that basically is just geared up to make immediate profit.
Profit that is distributed to the owners how?
Sorry?
You're talking about profitability like it's a bad thing for a football club.
No. Sean, I want Tottenham to be the most profitable club in the country, in the world.
And you want that to be transferred onto the pitch, right?
And I want to see it being transferred onto a pitch.
And are you suggesting it hasn't been?
In a proper, sensible way.
And has it not been?
By a chairman, hear me out,
Yes, it has not
who doesn't know the first thing about football and brings in an expert the way Branson does with all of his different businesses.
A very good example.
And brings an expert in on the football side to run the football.
So if we're having the argument around taking your hands off the reins and handing over... Again, Lubo, mate, I don't disagree with you on those things. I don't disagree with people who in the comment section add yada yada, same old shit, right? The people that see me rolled out on other people's channels who don't watch my own channel and don't know how often I criticize Daniel Levy because in these circumstances I'm coming out here and always defending him. But
we got another strike in the Daniel the Sean Daniel Levy bingo. You know, I criticize Levy a lot. You just don't see it because I always defend him in this regard. Okay, but you know, this is really the only facet that you can actually talk about Levy in regards to the football club. You can't really talk to him in any other capacity. Talk about him in any other capacity. Like, this is pretty much just what it is. And you find very, very clever loopholes to always, you know, defend him when they aren't really relevant to football. And yes, of course, the business side obviously affects the football club. Like, I'm not denying that. I'm not denying that at all. But Sean is very, very clever about how he posits these arguments, and I think you'll see a lot of this throughout this particular debate here.
The reality is that today is not a day to talk about the transference of value. It's to look at the numbers, right? That's what we're talking about here. And you want to move the argument into a direction where it comes back to something that you could debate with anyone else any given day, and you do because you hang around echo chambers, and that's fine. That's not what you do.
Hold on. So we're trying to talk about the numbers here, right? We weren't talking about the numbers in the first place. This stream was talking about the incompetence of this board in regards to footballing matters. We weren't talking about numbers. You're the one who brought it in that direction. You're the one who brought it in the direction, Sean.
You do what you want to do. But today is about the numbers. The objective.
Okay, why is today about the numbers? Why does it have to be about the numbers? The only thing that numbers is relevant to is Levy and the quantitative facts that say we have won one trophy in 25 years. That is the quantitative fact, and that's the only one that is really matters to us. And if that makes us an echo chamber because we aren't financial experts, then fine. I guess, whatever will be. But it doesn't take, half of the Chelsea fan base who, can't even add 2 and 2 and can't even read or write. Their literacy levels are quite low, those Chelsea fans. It doesn't take them much to actually realize, we're not doing well enough. Let's sort of just prod the club a little bit and let's actually get this club back where we think it should be. But no, we have to go into the nitty gritty about finances, about balance sheets, about wage to turnover. No. Okay? That is not our domain. Might be your domain. It's not our domain. And we can talk football without having to have a particular focused discussion on these particular factors because it doesn't really hold other clubs' discourse back or the operating of other clubs. They do not need accountants as fans, other clubs. They do not need it. Only Tottenham needs accountants as fans, apparently.
I'm sure you do. Good for you. The objective numbers around whether or not the comparative figures versus a year when we had champions, not European football, not UEFA League, not Europa League, not Conference League, not where there was like meaningless differences in that contribution, but in terms of a world where inflation was doing this, the cost of putting on events was doing this. And by the way, those figures don't even include the additional value of what we're seeing right now, which is another doubling of the events, the non-match day events that are going to be factored into next year's figures. All of those things are wonderful things. And also is a wonderful thing, which is always overlooked by fans that just want to...
Call me stupid, man, but I really just... I sort of just turn off when he goes into these tangents. I really do. Like, it's just all one big word. It would put that Welsh word to shame. It's longer than that. It's just one big word and no gaps in between.
Focus on, and I get it, the things that they care about and the things that they understand, which is football success. But at the end of the day...
He's so condescending about it as well. He's so condescending. Like, yeah, we get it. You're a financial expert. Yeah, we get it. You worked in finance. Like, you don't have to remind us every second.
Only chairman in the entire Premier League who diversifies the expectation of revenue generation away from the fans of the football club is Daniel effing Levy.
Okay, congratulations to Daniel Levy for diversifying the profit streams and the revenue streams. Cool. Fantastic. Are we seeing the fruits of that? No. Clubs who do not have that infrastructure. And yes, they have bigger fan bases than us, a lot of them. But we should be competing with them regardless because of that revenue. And we aren't. So what is this guy on about? I just don't get it.
That should be celebrated, not chastised. And I know a lot of people, because I've had these debates with a hell of a lot of people. I've had all these debates for years. They used to be, I don't care about Beyonce. I don't care about Formula One. They're just demonstrations of Daniel Levy being a profiteering prick, right? But ultimately, now that argument has been settled, that it's a necessary, viable, and valuable contribution to the numbers, that they don't say that anymore.
It's only a valuable contribution to the numbers if we see the manifestation of that on the pitch, which we aren't. We are not seeing the manifestation of that potential being realised on the pitch because there is no will from the owners and the revenue streams are not being channeled into that particular avenue. So, yeah, maybe from a profit and sustainability standpoint, fantastic. But unlike you, Sean, we do not toss ourselves off to balance sheets. The wage to turnover. Yeah. Pause on that. No. Okay?
They say, I'm more than happy for Tottenham to have anything that goes on in the stadium as long as it doesn't disrupt the football team, as long as it's transferred, right? It is transferred and it is necessary, and no other chairman does it. And Daniel Levy should be applauded for that stuff, but he isn't. You know why? Because you made up your mind. Today is a day to analyse the numbers, and those numbers should...
No. You know why we aren't applauding? It's because what does it do for us fans who have only witnessed one trophy in 25 years? Can you explain to me? Sorry, mate, I do not get turned on by numbers. I do not.
Celebrated, not argued, not chastised, not critiqued with a criticism lens, because that's how you feel about the owner overall. I get it. I get it, Lubo. But if you want to have a debate around whether it transfers, you can have that debate anytime, anywhere. Today is about objective truth.
No. As a financial person, you love Daniel Levy. You make it very, very clear.
I don't love him. I don't give a fuck about him.
You respect him. Fine, you respect him. Let's change the word. You respect him. I think, Sean, you forget you're a football fan for Tottenham Hotspur. That seems to go out of the window.
No, it doesn't.
Lubo's 100% right about this. And look, I'm not saying Sean's a fake fan. I'm not saying that at all. I'm sure he's a fan like the rest of us. But when it comes to this particular discourse and this argument regarding Levy and what he's doing, it's flawed. It's fundamentally flawed. What he's saying about the finances necessarily isn't flawed. A lot of it is true, and most of it is true, from what I know. That is true. But where's that being channeled and coalesced with the footballing argument? It's not marrying. It really is not marrying in favour of Levy.
The two are connected. He's not there just to make a profit for ENIC. He's there as a custodian of the club to look after the football club. You just said
a minute ago that where's my dividend? The only way that you get your dividend is if he takes his, and he will take a lot more, but he doesn't. He doesn't take dividends.
Plus out the club while he's been chairman.
He doesn't take dividends, but he gives them a massive pay rise. He's the highest paid chairman in the league for doing fuck all. Because he doesn't even need to take dividends. He gives himself pay rises, man.
Millions and millions more than any other
salary. As a salary and bonuses. That's how fucking life works, bro. That's compensation.
Really, one trophy in 25 years deserves...
That's how life works. Yeah, okay, whatever.
Bonuses that he's had? Come on. Now you're ignoring stuff. Now you're suiting your narrative and your agenda. This is bullshit. One trophy in 25 years, Sean.
If that's how life works, then why is he the highest paid chairman in the league and not Man City's? Why is he the highest paid chairman in the league and not, Todd Bowley and Clearlake? I don't get it. If someone can explain that to me in the comments, I'll be much appreciated. Because I'm genuinely curious. Why? Why is he the highest paid chairman? Why isn't Newcastle's owners the highest paid? And I think I sort of get the answer to that. But for all intents and purposes, I would like that explained to me.
Why?
Why?
Sorry, why trophy in 25 years? Hold up.
I'm talking. And before you turn around and say, which you have done, which you have said to me before in the past, before you turn around and say, be careful what you wish for, I think you would have said that to the Newcastle fans when they were trying to get rid of Ashley. And now,
I was wondering how long it was going to be before that was mentioned.
I hope you saw the final against Liverpool and the way they all turned out on Saturday for their club. It's a proper club with proper owners who employ...
When you were on a channel, Ian, that was celebrating you were actually on the stream that was articulating the value of us getting out of the cup against Liverpool, and actually relegation being a better thing because your narrative, your agenda is more important.
I'm going to tell you something, Sean. As a football fan,
weren't you on that show? Weren't you on that show, bro? I'm pretty sure you were part of that conversation.
The question is, was he on that show? The question is, why weren't you on that show, Sean? If you're so adamant against this, but for some reason you really want to avoid Tottenham away. You don't want to debate Tottenham away. You don't want to debate Still. Why would you do that? You know, a guy who actually knows about finance himself. You don't want to meet your match. You don't want someone who has the same or almost the same credentials as you to actually show you up. You don't. And yeah, Lubo might have said, and I can vouch for this, Lubo said he might take relegation. And looking back on that, in retrospect, that's probably not a great idea. But, you know, unlike Sean, football is very emotional for Ian. And I understand it. Okay? I understand it. And that's why I like Ian. He's a good mix of emotion and rationality. He coalesces the two quite equally.
One at a time, please. I'm pretty sure. Don't sit here, Lubo. Do not sit here, my man, and talk to me about the notion of the fans. Guys, I can't hear both of you. Don't do it, buddy. I'll annihilate you in that argument. I'll annihilate you, my man. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Annihilate me, Sean, because I'm a football fan and I'm a Tottenham fan. And you forget you're a Tottenham fan. Like you're into fight. Oh, Dan, you're leaving.
You were championing our relegation.
What a chairman.
You were championing our relegation.
What a chairman.
Lubo, do not question my fandom, bro. You were celebrating with all those other bozos on that channel, like and I don't deny it because I saw it live. I was in.
Did you see that? I'm surprised the guy who delivered it was an Indian. To be fair, was that an Indian name? Let's see, Luis Gustavo. I've never had an Uber driver who was an Indian, so yeah, big up Sava.
With all those other bozos on that channel, and I don't deny it because I saw it live. I was embarrassed. You were championing the idea of losing the cup being better for your movement.
No.
Yes, you were, as were all the others. Right? And the argument came up around whether relegation was better for the movement. Don't talk to me about being a fan, bro, because it was embarrassing. It was the worst.
This is just great deflection from Sean. Great straw man, you know. Oh, okay, let's deflect. Let's talk about how Lubo frickin' championed relegation and how Sean didn't do that. Okay, let's just deflect for a second. Let's take the pressure off.
A scene.
I didn't travel and spend a whole day and get home at 4 o'clock in the morning going to Liverpool because I wanted them to lose. Let's get that straight, and then get in my car and drive to Villa Park.
Were you not a part of that show? Were you not a part of that show?
I was part of that show.
Were you not a part of? Were you not agreeing, nodding in agreement? Relegation's better for the movement. Relegation's better for the movement. Short-term pain, long-term gain, all that shit. I heard you say it, buddy. Don't deny it now. Don't deny it now.
I want these owners out. Because I'll tell you something, while he's there, I'll never see another trophy, probably.
No,
let me ask you then.
I'm sure you will, Lubo. You know, you got another 50 years left, don't you?
Let me interject, right? Let me interject. I want to know, what does all this mean for Spurs if we don't get Champions League? Is there money there?
What does this mean for Son's legacy? What does this mean for Son's legacy?
For us to go and have a good summer, or are we going to see Spurs tighten their belts even more like we did last summer, where it was something like £30-odd million in wages saved, lots of young players coming in? That's what I want to know. Moving forward, what does this mean for Tottenham Hotspur if we do not get Champions League football? Because it's as far as I can see, someone will tell me the difference between us getting Champions League or not is going to be somewhere, someone will tell me if I'm wrong, we're looking at somewhere in the region of 60 to 90 million pounds across the season. I think that's quite I think that's right, depending on how far you go. So what does this mean for us as a club, guys, moving forward if we don't get Champions League revenue? Do those numbers today show that we're in a healthy position to go into the transfer market, pay big wages, buy big players and start competing? That's my question.
Let's hear Lubo turn this into a subjective argument. Go on, Lube.
What's wrong with you guys? Lubo, does it?
Tell me, no, hang on. I'm going to throw this back at you, Sean. Are you happy with what you've seen this season?
Am I happy with what I've seen this season? No, of course not.
You're not happy.
Am I happy with what I saw in those figures, which is what we're here to discuss? Yeah.
Fantastic. That's fantastic. Figures that are wonderful.
You should be too, mate. You should be too.
You know what?
Because
we're gonna have a bus top parade all round Tottenham High Road. There's going to be 500,000 out there singing.
You're sitting there as the guy that was championing our relegation. You were celebrating the notion of our
biggest in the Premier League. Look at us. Let's have a full bus top.
Don't talk about Premier League ever again, Lubo, because you were happy to see us in the Championship. Because it meant more to your movement. It was embarrassing, buddy. It was embarrassing. Don't ever talk to me about being a Tottenham fan. Don't ever talk to me about that shit, bro. Don't ever talk to me about that shit.
Let's get rid of these people. Right, let's get rid of
God, this you can just tell this guy's a banker. You know, what does Terry Flewers have in common with Sean Butler? They're both bankers. And I just really do not I really dislike Terry Flewers. And I don't really dislike Sean, but I definitely do not agree with him. And it's funny how these sort of arguments, they're very good at strawmanning, aren't they? These financial types, they're very good at strawmanning things.
They're killing the club anyway, Sean.
You wanted us to lose, bro. You wanted us to lose. You're part of that City till July thing as well. It's weird, mate.
You are not a Spurs fan. You cannot possibly be a Spurs fan.
I'm not a Spurs fan. I'm not a Spurs fan.
You totally disregard.
You never catch me. You never catch me. Go and find a clip, bro.
You totally disregard the connection between the football.
My guy, you were championing our relegation.
Okay, I really don't know where this is going. It's going in circles. I mean, it's great TV, but it's sort of dead debate.
You championed our relegation. Lubo, you championed our relegation.
If it meant
ever talk to me about being a Spurs fan, bro. You were celebrating the idea of our relegation. It was...
Right, so the guy who goes home and away, rain or shine, isn't a real Spurs fan. Can't talk about whether you're a Spurs fan when you defend this parasite who's at our club. And look, I'm not saying Sean's not a Spurs fan, like I said before, but come on, man.
Outrageous, it was embarrassing, and it was like, after that, like, I'm not seriously, man.
Sean, of running around all over the world, supporting the team through the biggest pile of shit, as well as the very few decent years that we've had in the last 25.
Why did you champion our relegation then?
Then come back and question me.
Why did you champion our relegation? Why did you champion our relegation?
How fucking dare you?
Oh, Lupo went all South London on him. How fucking dare you? How fucking dare you? He almost sounded Aussie, to be fair. look at Barry. Look at Barry's face. Oh, and look at Sean. He's shaking in his boots here.
How dare you?
And then Sava's like, hey, what do you want? What do you want from me?
I'm the last person you question about being a fan.
Did you or did you not celebrate the idea on that channel?
Not celebrate. How desperate must you get when you're seeing your club, the heart and soul of your club, being ripped out by these owners to want the club to go down if it guaranteed them leaving? You think about it. Think about that comment.
I know. I have thought about it.
The guy's drinking during a debate. The guy's drinking during a debate. It all makes sense now.
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Anyone, listen, Saba, with all due respect, mate, the comment section in your show is the comment section on your...
Why does Barry look like he's just seen a pair of tits for the first time? What's this?
I'm fully aware that my style doesn't go down. I don't give a. I couldn't care.
It's fine. Listen, right? I'm not bringing up
couldn't give a shit. But mate, if anybody in your comment section subscribes to the same thing that I heard from this man and his crew over there on that channel, celebrating the idea of us losing to Liverpool because it meant more positive.
Still waiting for you to go on that channel, Sean. Still waiting for you to debate Stell. I might put a petition out soon. Please debate Stell. Sean, Stell, debate. Come on, let's get it pay-per-view.
Momentum for a factor that is largely irrelevant.
No.
Oh my word!
No one said about moving to Liverpool. Nobody said about. Somebody said. The question came up. If the only way of getting rid of Enoch was
Shall I go get the clip?
Would you take it? That was the question.
Shall I go get the clip?
The only way of getting rid of them, would you take it? Because you know what, Sean? They're crashing the club at the moment. Compared to where we were 6-7 years ago, they are crashing the club.
And why were we where we were 6-7 years ago, Lubo?
Why, in spite of Levy, because he wanted Van
Gaal. There you go. Moving the goalpost again, right? The buck stops at the top until it.
And guess what?
Yes, the buck stops at the top till it doesn't, because despite Levy, Poch did it in spite of Levy. When we were actually on the precipice of achieving something, Levy pulled the fucking plug out of the fucking wall. So yes, this whole equivalency of the buck starts at the top, you have to, if they do something, if you criticize them for something, then you have to praise them for something else. Like, no. I do not praise Levy for getting Poch when he wanted Van Gaal first. I do not praise Levy for not backing Poch and getting all these cheap-ass players. Poch made them what we are. Poch made us what we are, not Levy. The buck starts at the top, and the prevailing theme here is, Sean, we didn't win fuck all. That is the prevailing theme. So keep chuckling, keep deflecting, because deep down, you know that you are wrong.
The first sign of trouble with Pochettino after 5.5 really good years, the first sign of trouble, he ran for the hills, Levy.
Oh, look, he's running away. He's hiding behind his chair.
I'm back. I just got my microphone.
Oh, yeah, he was going to get... Oh, man, that was a lot of fun. So, yeah, thanks, guys, for joining me to Mud. Sorry, Sava. Thank you for joining me to Mud, this Levy lover. And I am going to call him a Levy lover, because he is. And look, I like Sean. I think he makes a lot of good points and insightful points. And I'm not going to take that away from him. But the overarching premise on his whole Levy spiel, it's very tiring. And it's very... it's just not, it just doesn't marry. It just doesn't marry with me as a football fan and what I'm seeing on the actual football pitch. It just doesn't marry. It's divorced. Levy's taken the kids. It's all gone up in wildfire. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Like if you want, subscribe if you want. I don't really care that much, to be honest. But yeah, thanks for watching if you made it this far. I had a lot of fun with this. And see you next time. Bye.